FM, the home of great music, news.
Friday night ice hockey with your G&B Nottingham Panthers. Coventry Blaze, our good friends from Coventry. Not are our visitors at the Capital FM Arena. It's Rapid Solicitors Elite League action. Our referee is Michael Higgs. And on net mining duty for the Coventry Blaze, it's Peter Hirsch, back for a second year in a row on his second stint. And of course, Craig Kowalski. Steve Wilkinson's behind the camera lens. This coverage is brought to you in association with Virgin Active and match sponsors Mansfield 103.2. Colour commentator, first period, Josh Ward. Ex-Coventry skipper, John Weaver, should join us for the last 40 minutes of this one. This is Gary Moran bidding you a warm welcome to Friday night ice hockey in Nottingham. Big crowd in on a Friday night as well on Goose Fair weekend. Very proud of the fans. Played a part in helping us win 2.5 awards at the Nottingham Post Award Show this week. Team of the Year, Coach of the Year, and runner-up in Community Team of the Year. Guy Lepin introducing himself to the Coventry Blaze forwards. Double save from Kowalski, denies the Coventry Blaze. Centering pass from Lakovitz was too far forward for Stewart, but Francis couldn't quite keep it in. I thought he was going to. Steve Lee's gloved it down now, waiting for players to change on the fly, but Anthony Stewart wanted just perhaps to go forward. Jordan Fox, still covering on defence, runs into all 33 Olsen. He might have just made a date. I asked Guy Lepin what he thought of Ben Olsen. He said he's tough. Stevie Lee welcomed somebody to Nottingham there as well, didn't he? Matthew Myers takes it forward, tries to stick handle through, loses it in his feet. Coventry missing Domish and Cowley to injury. It was a good hit from Matthew. It freed the puck up and took two Coventry Blaze players out of it. Mike Bayrak's wearing 18, not got a name bar for him yet, Coventry. He's played, this is his second weekend with them, I think he's played. Still haven't got a name bar made for him. And I know what kind of sledging will be going on. They haven't done a name bar for you then, Mike. You sure you're staying? Ling sends it in. Graham gets there first, tries to squirt a shot from a tight angle, and then he gets it back off the rebound. Tries to backhand it to David Ling. Scored a hat-trick on Tuesday against the poor looking Cardiff Devils, but poor because Panthers made them look poor. Tom Norton up from Peterborough for the night on his two-way contract. Oh, it bounced over Lakovitz's stick and it fell kindly for the Coventry Blaze, and they're trying to make something happen from it. Stick handling is waiting for the backhand shot is Guthrie. Olsen keeps it in and gets it back to Guthrie. Guthrie sends it to the front. It's tipped and Kowalski has to turn that away. Guy Lepin's stick's broken. He's not got a twig in his hands. He's getting one now as Panthers fire it down the ice with Lakovitz right to the front. Anthony Stewart just tipped off his stick by keeper Hirsch. It's end to end, Josh. That ooh in the background was Josh Ward trying to speak. Panthers battling well, working well on the boards. Anthony Stewart comes in with a big hit, 13 on 13. It was unlucky for one of them. And the Coventry Blaze 13, which is Giodis, was checking his teeth after that one.
Yeah, it's a good start, Gary.
Is that it?
Yep.
You've walked up 4 flights of stairs to say that.
That's it so far. I'm into the game too much.
How's the mood in the camp been this week after the win over Cardiff? What was you were at training? You're not able to go on the ice just yet, but they look buoyant to me.
Definitely. I think after the Sheffield game especially, and then obviously Cardiff to follow, it's really given the guys something.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. Just again, it's a waiting game for me, I think, but hopefully next week.
Got to go 2 weeks before you do anything with a head injury, so.
Yeah.
You know that. You got a lot of ice hockey ahead of you.
Trying to sneak
you don't need to be
Gary.
jamming anything in this 2-week period. Fans getting going on their own. You don't win the draw though, it's with Bayrak. Jordan Fox throws a half hit and it frees the puck up and gets it in. I think that was Edgener getting it down the ice. Patrick Gallivan tries to pull some magic, can't. But Coventry can't get it past the hash marks, never mind out of the zones, Josh. Oh, it's just too far. Jordan Fox came in with the hit on one of the Lee brothers. Greg and Brad Lee. You always wonder about having brothers in a team, don't you? Is there that synergy? Is that telepathy? Is there some sort of extra advantage to be had? Good contingent of Coventry fans in. Probably come over the short trip down the M42 to catch a glimpse of Anthony Stewart. Big blocker rebound. Gloved down and then fired down by Ling, but sent back in by the Coventry Blaze. Kowalski gets it across the back. Panthers work it out well. That's straight out of training, Josh. Feel free to join in when you want, Josh. Is your microphone working? Is it working? Hang on a minute. Let me just... Yeah, that's your mic. That's working.
Okay.
Feel free to use it.
I'm waiting for the opportune moment, Gary.
It's open hockey at the moment, isn't it? We've had 4.5 minutes. Yeah, Hirsch hasn't got a stick at the moment. That's why the fans are chanting shoot. He's playing on. It's caught in the netting. Still caught in the netting. There's no reason for the referees to blow the whistle. Pile the pressure on, boys. And a D-man hasn't had the nous to give him his stick yet. Or get it for him. Coventry must be desperate for a whistle.
I'm not sure if they've noticed, Gary.
What, they haven't noticed the goalie hasn't got a twig?
Honestly, I don't think they've noticed until maybe now.
Now they're trying to ice it. Guy Lepin picks it up. He still hasn't got a stick. Got caught in the netting, didn't it, up on the butt end, and obviously has a big butt end. It's twisted round in the fish netting. That's why they use that kind of material to catch fish. And Panthers don't want to whistle. They want to keep the pressure on. He still hasn't got a stick. Why don't Coventry just ice it to get the whistle? That would have been ironic if they got something out of it.
Yeah.
Hirsch now leaning on a lamppost at the corner of his street, or rather the top of the goal.
Now would be a good time for him to actually try and maybe
go behind and get it out.
Go behind and get his stick, yeah.
Do you know what he should do? He should go behind and smash it.
He's got it now, I think, Gary. He's trying. There we go. That wasn't hard.
There's the cheer. You can't see it from the camera angle, but he unravelled it quite easily.
Just in time as well.
Yeah. Well, Bruce Graham threw the big whistler past the ear. Guthrie bringing it out. Oh no, it's one of the Liebs. 19. Greg Lieb.
And that 50-50 draws up to £375 so far with Temple Printing. Going to be a big prize tonight. Panthers home penalty box is sponsored by Solutions for Accounting.
6:39 gone, it's 0-0. Panthers go to the penalty kill with Brandon Benedict picking up a penalty from referee Michael Hicks, who's made the journey up from Cardiff tonight. Well, hooking's the call against Benedict. Olsen making a nuisance of himself in front of the net, got a piece of it, wasn't quite on target, and then great work by Eric Werner. Got it down the ice, and Levers helps it on its way. Hirsch has a stick this time and backhands it. He couldn't have done that 3 minutes ago.
No, he couldn't. Oh,
it's behind you. A little early for the pantomime season.
Oh, what's going on here?
Surely he's not given a penalty. Giudis just skated into the boards, didn't he?
home team bench. Join the team behind the team. That's sponsored by the official supporters club. Matt Francis, player of the month.
And the Coventry physio makes a...
Looks like a hand injury, maybe.
A speedy run across the ice. He just ran into the glass, didn't he?
Yeah, just lost his phone.
We were nowhere near him. Jerome Giudis, I think he got a couple of goals last weekend for them. Quiet respect from a big crowd in here tonight as we wait to see the outcome of this. You won't be able to answer this, but the whistle went because he ran into the boards and hurt himself, yeah? Corey Nielsen was down on the ice injured from the injury that sidelined him for a month when Cardiff scored against Nottingham in Cardiff, in the defensive zone.
Yeah.
So in footballing parlance, he was interfering with play as Giudis gets to his feet. And I'm not saying the referee's wrong. I think the referee's quite right tonight to blow the whistle.
Correct, yeah.
It's the same referee, or one of the two referees, because it was a two-man system,
yeah.
four-man system.
Well, in Cardiff, it was said that Cardiff were on an offensive play, which obviously isn't correct because they weren't.
Well, it was turning into an offensive play because our key defenceman was down injured.
Yeah, but at the time, it was a mile away.
Okay, so only 33 seconds of the power play gone, but number 13's gone, at least for the time being. I can't tell what he's holding. It's almost like he's holding his head or his arm.
It's his arm, I think, an arm or a hand possibly.
Straight into the crowd. Heads up, keep your eye on the puck at all times. We get them from System V. Bit of a scramble amongst the Coventry fans below me as they try to get that rubber biscuit. Good job by Stevie Lee to get it. It's bounced over the stick of the defenseman, and Anthony Stewart didn't quite control that. Good stick in from Lakovic. It's bounced around, and Coventry well caught offside there.
And the GMB Panthers would like to extend a warm welcome this evening to Philippa Doherty.
12:28 to go, first period. Sponsored by Mansfield 103.2. Giudis is going to the locker room. He doesn't look happy, does he? He's groggy, bless him.
Yeah, I just wonder whether it was his own stick that possibly clawed him as he went into the boards.
They've had some freak accidents already this year, the Coventry Blaze.
Yeah, they have been unlucky.
Radley got a piece of it as Kowalski was firing it down the ice, but not enough to stop him stick handling it. Hirsch stick handles it at the other end. Matthew Myers makes a nuisance of himself. Mark Levers swings his body around in the way. It's forced them down the ice though. Perhaps not in position, but it's bounced kindly to Bayrak. Bayrak tries the sort of torn between a shot and a pass to Guthrie there and dissected the two right down the middle. It's a big word for a Friday night, isn't it? Dissected.
It is, yeah. It's a little bit early in the game as well.
Someone wrote to me this week and said, I apologise for any misconfusion. 2 words. I figured that was the follow-up to miscongeniality. Good interception by Jason Beckett, but his attempt to clear it around the boards didn't work. It's got through to the back door, but it's bounced over a stick, hit the glass. They've still got it. Shoot. Benedict's back in the play. Panthers have it. Benny's in the middle. Jordan Fox couldn't get an angle on the pass to get it to him, but he sent it down the ice. Hirsch has fired it out. It's Pondocky at the moment, Josh.
It's end-to-end.
Gallivan creates a shot out of nothing, going around Bayrak, and Hirsch has to cover up. On the Blaze logo, sponsored by Mansfield 103.2. It's Panthers 0, Blaze 0. Panthers main team sponsor, the GMB, Britain's General Union. Often get this at the start of a game, don't you, where Panthers are okay, they're doing well, And you just think the goal's needed. Werner from the back door first, got a piece of it and squirts it to the far corner, but wasn't sure where it was. Benedict gets his man on the boards. Panthers keep it in through Guy Lepin. Soft backhand, but it was bouncing, could have gone anywhere. Benedict gets it in the corner, loses it. Graham gets it back, tries to tip it past. 15 for the Coventry Blaze. That's James Griffin. Young British defenceman, big impression. Came from Swindon, I believe, last year. Hirsch gloves it. Ling just gives him a tap, so you got hold of that. The whistle then went. Big difference, giving them a tap before the whistle, that's legit. Giving them a tap after the whistle's gone, that's a no-no.
Happening in March, check them out in the foyer near the main shop. And the quiz on the 16th is now completely sold out.
Approaching the halfway mark first period, Josh, nothing to be ashamed of. Either side, though, could have scored.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Coventry are highlighting how obviously a hard-working team they are and what they've been known for, I think, this season so far.
Good steal and a good clip back through his legs by Lakovic to Stewart. Stewart comes out of the corner, still got it, backhands his way in. Francis makes a nuisance of himself and is hit from behind. In my book, interference. Olsen's got the puck, the big guy, the tough guy, sticked upstairs by Kowalski though. Not a particularly strong shot, not a particularly good shot, easily dealt with by killer Kowalski. And teams always up their game, don't they, when they come into the NIC? And then when you throw an NHLer in and the return of Guy Lepin, it's going to get the heart rate pumping, the adrenaline flowing.
Yeah, I think Nottingham's always a team to try and beat when they're in their own place. But I think because we're such a difficult team to beat in our own place.
Yeah, I remember when we first started in this building, the chairman came up with the line, dare to enter. And it didn't apply to the team we had then. Certainly applies when you got guys like Guy Lepin in the lineup.
It does, yes.
Good shot from Matthew Myers. Love to see Matthew shoot. He's got a great shot on him. I just don't think he shoots enough.
He's probably one of the most hard-working guys on the team, though.
Galivan turns away from his man, gets help from Matthew Myers, and between them they got the puck. Coventry trying to shut them down, though. Griffin making a nuisance of himself. He's been getting extra ice time with that injury to Dumish. Clark takes over, spins and turns, tight angle, can't get a shot away. Stick in, spoils the shot from Brad Lieb, and it ricochets off a leg of Greg Lieb, his brother, and Coventry get it down the ice. Over halfway gone, in fact 11 minutes gone first period, it's 0-0. Oh, Jason Beckett tried to thread the eye of a camel there. That's a deliberate mixed metaphor. Camels do have eyes, but you can't thread them, Josh.
Thanks for the explanation, Gary.
That's okay. Bit of biology, bit of geology. Geography, I mean. Get camels in the desert.
You do, not in Nottingham.
No, not many in Nottingham. Might get the odd one in St Anne's.
On Friday night.
Calverton. I think they have them in Calverton. I think the chip shop in Calverton runs a camel service home. That's what Steve was telling me anyway. But only on a Saturday night, so he usually misses it. Oh, good turn and feed right into the crease area by David Ling. It's back with him now, fires a hard one, just needed directing in. Bruce Graham couldn't get it in, but Panthers keep it in. Here's Graham again with the puck for the G&B Panthers. Great work by the Panthers. Ling's gone for a change on the fly. No, he hasn't. It's not Ling. Someone else has gone for a change on the fly.
It's Lacko that's come on.
No, Lacko's come on.
Yep.
It was who went off I was whittling for.
I think it was Benedict that came off.
Panthers do change the line now on the fly, and here comes Anthony Stewart. That's a change-up, isn't it? That's not gone 1-2-3, 1-2-3. That's a change-up in the line swapping around. Coach Nielsen trying to get something going. Steve Lee out to Francis. Stick handles past his man, gives it to Stewart. Stewart right to the back door. on his wrong hand. Lakovic couldn't get it. It's in the back of the net. Matt Francis on the rebound, turns it in. All that pressure came from a good coaching decision to send a different line out there, out of rotation. It caught the Coventry Blaze flat-footed, and with everyone swiping at it, Lakovic's shot came off Hirsch, should have done better with it. Matt Francis says, let's put this where the cookie jar normally sits, on the top shelf. So Panthers take the lead at 12:56.
For the last 5 minutes, Gary, it seemed to be building. Panthers had obviously taken momentum of the game, it seemed.
That's what I was saying, wasn't it? It's like nothing to worry about. Panthers have got that feeling that the dominance is coming. They were chasing shadows a little bit.
Well,
Great work by Matt Myers there to get it in deep. Gallivan gets it, backhands it across. David Clark stretches, gets it back to Gallivan. Gallivan has a look. No easy option, but gives it to Jordan Fox on the boards. Tries to feed it back. Matt Myers is hit badly in the face. He's down. It was Jordan Fox that hit him. Panthers on the attack. Referee, I suppose, playing the advantage. Stick save to deny David Clark. Matthew Myers makes his way slowly back to the boards. Stevie Lee throws the hit on Sam Smith, formerly of Cardiff. They come through and hit the post through Olsen. He turned round half thinking about appealing for the goal. It did not go in. It hit the pipe work. Oh, straight giveaway by Mark Levers, was it? Ricochets around, could go anywhere. The pinball puck comes out to the hash mark. Sam Smith spins and turns and fires it straight off Levers' legs. And he gets it out to the halfway line, and Coventry tried to send it in, but it's gloved down by Stevie Lee and sent across to David Ling. 5:50 to go, first period. Panthers lead by a goal to nil. Coventry have just hit the pipework and rang the bell.
Come on, Panthers fans, let's see those hands in the air for goal number 1.
Greg Leap thrown out of the face-off. Taken instead, I think, by Mike Bayrak. Panthers have possession, though. 28, Gilipin, 2:28 for the Coventry Blaze. Or was it 38, Brad Lead? Werner works his way around, tries to feed the front. Good control by Bruce Graham. David Ling gives it back to Bruce Graham. Bruce Graham stick hands his way around. Poke check by Hirsch. Needed a good poke check and got one. Gilipin whacks at the stick and spoils that scoring opportunity for the Coventry Blaze. Head to the front. It's loose. It's in front. Hirsch doesn't know where it is. 15 for the Coventry Blaze. James Griffin has a sit down on Hirsch's bum.
Next up we've got
Yeah, you just see the speed of Anthony Stewart there as well, the transition that he's able to move from one speed to the next.
Well, he's brought a lot of interest in the club. I was interviewed by the BBC World Service live at tea time tonight.
Yeah, it's the Panthers are going global, I think, this week.
Well, the best thing was getting 2.5 awards locally this week.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We like that. I loved it when Corey got Coach of the Year. No disrespect to the badminton coach that beat him in some Nottinghamshire Sports Awards last year, but he was a little peeved when that happened.
It's a little
especially when they
well.
asked him to give the award to the badminton bloke. Oh, Coventry can't get it out of the zone. Matt Francis. Good job by Griffin. I liked him on his little shifts last year when he moved up. Kid's got a lot of promise for a British defenceman. Plays it tough as well, not frightened. And you know, Josh, I like that as much as anything.
Yes.
Panthers 2-on-2. Gallivan goes to the net. David Clark fashions the shot. The stick from Ejiner just spoiled it. Steve Lee fires it in the back door. Oh, David Clark tried to steer it in and just steered it past the far post. And that should be icing against the Coventry Blaze when we touch up. You can't play the puck in ice hockey from your own end to be on the far goal line unless you touch it next. Otherwise, that would be like boring tennis. So the play is brought all the way back to your end, and you can't change your players, however tired you are, and you have to go through the motions of trying to win the puck at the face-off. Linesman Sewell throws, Mark Lever's out of the face-off draw. David Clark has to take it and try and win possession. And does. Jordan Fox fires the shot in. I think it hit Mark Lever's. David Clark throws a body check and wins the puck. Fires the puck behind the net. Levers can't keep it in. Steve Lee can. Hirsch can't catch it. Jordan Fox picks it off easy. His mere presence put them off, and Steve Lee gets the pass from him off the boards and fires it down the ice. Mark Levers, can he feed the front? Pat Gallivan tried the one-timer on the feed, coming in from behind him onto a forehand shot. Not the easiest skill in the world, but he got it away. And now that ricochet lands for Dave Ling. Dave Ling gets it forward to Brandon Benedict. He's got Bruce Graham streaming towards the net. Hirsch sticks it out to the hash marks. Coventry seem pinned in their zone. It's starting to look like Tuesday night, Josh, when we played Cardiff.
Again, it's just relentless from the Panthers at the moment. Coventry are hardly even getting an opportunity to make a fly change.
I like the way David Ling is such a, he's in his 30s. He's a veteran player, but he's not got the fastest legs these days. He knows that. So he plays near Bruce Graham. Do you know what I mean? He gets into good positions where he knows he can do the little sidestep and then dish it off.
He's very, very good at supporting players on the ice. But again, I think that's the experience he's obviously picked up.
It's all about getting into the open space. So it's the same in any team sport, isn't it? The guy can't pass it to you if there's someone in the way.
Exactly.
But he takes the short route to make himself open. Hirsch makes the save to deny Guy Lepin. The roof will come off when Guy gets his first goal. Anthony Stewart, Carolina Hurricanes forward, sparked a lot of interest in us. Didn't like the New York Times article, I think I mentioned that last time. As I say, the lady didn't misquote me. She just only used the bit she wanted. On target, sticked upstairs and then juggled a little bit, but collared by Hirsch. And with just over 2 minutes to go first period, sponsored by Mansfield 103.2, it's the G&B Panthers with a 1-goal advantage, but a bit of a stranglehold on the game. You got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to say something pointed and meaningful.
Well, I can just see John Weaver down by the plexiglass.
So he's off the bike.
Looking up.
He's here. He's here, second and third period. Solid player though, John Weaver, but let's get it out of the way while he can't hear us.
Yeah,
been a good addition to the squad. Great passer of the puck out of defence.
I think he's dying to get back as well.
And a freak accident, getting your hand broke. Took 4 x-rays to find it. Knocking down a shot on an empty net. Matthew Myers is back out there. He's shaking off that hit from Captain Fox. Coventry risked leaving it there. Ben Olsen might be a hero with the travelling Coventry fans, but he's nearly a villain then, wasn't he? Guthrie trying to stop Matthew Myers, bustle his way through, but he's got through, he's got the puck back off Gallivan. Gallivan takes over, puts the puck in the corner and then hustles to get there ahead of Guthrie. Panthers still have it. Back door, oh, it was just tipped. This time Ben Olsen put the stick in at exactly the right time. Oh, David Clark just can't reach it. Now he's got a chance. Can he fire the shot? He fires it, pad save, it could go anywhere. It's rebounded out, Beckett can't get to it. Olsen's got it down the ice to the right wing. Steve Lee goes back and spreads himself, but Coventry still have it. Big save, rebound. Kowalski's got it, Olsen's coming in. Beckett holds him off. Wondered if the blue touch paper had been lit, but Olsen didn't fancy Beckett at that point. I wonder if with them losing Giudice, Thompson had told everyone to try and stay out the box, never mind on the ice.
Possibly. Well, it's taken the Blaze 19 minutes to get their first proper scoring opportunity as well.
It was a bit lucky as well, wasn't it? It was a 50-50 race, and Jason Beckett thought he might get there first, didn't quite get there first, and it was poked down the ice. But at the end of the day, for all the Panthers' control that's been building, big hit from Guy Lepin.
Last minute of play in the first period, final minute.
Well, I was going to say, it's just a one-goal game, and a one-goal game is a one-shot game.
Exactly, yeah. I think the difference is at the moment that the Panthers seem to have won every 50-50 battle that there's been.
Bayrak thought about making something happen there with Bruce Graham. And Bruce Graham's not a tough guy of any kind, but he is 6'6" tall, probably 6'9" in his skates. So Bayrak had to look up at him. Had a few clubs, Mike Bayrak. Bounces around. He's played here with Braehead last year, I think it was, and Belfast before that. Left Belfast to go somewhere else. Amid rumours that he literally walked out. Shoot keeps it in for Coventry in the attack zone, but then Panthers work it out. Benedict's got a touch on it. Ejner gets it round to one of the Leibs. Across to Bayrak, can't control it. Jordan Fox has it. Turns it across to Guy Lepin. Oh, Guy Lepin fans on it. The fans will forgive him, it was a mistake. Leib goes down, Bayrak's hit. Another Leib goes for it. Bruce Graham can't control it. Not at the first attempt, nor at the second. Coventry trying to keep it in. It's way off target. Kowalski gets back door, they've got to score. Bayrak. It's bouncing around like a bouncing bomb. He's down on his face. Kowalski still making saves, and the hooter goes. The period's finished. Seconds counting down. No one looking at the clock. Everyone watching to see if Coventry could scramble an equaliser, and they couldn't. On the strength of the last two attacks by the Coventry Blaze, a fair reflection at this stage of the game. They could have easily equalised, and they could have easily taken the lead. They didn't.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to try and take that into the second period as well. They've just almost taken the momentum a little bit at the end of that period, so it'll be interesting to see how the next one goes.
My thanks to Josh. Come back just in case John Weaver's no good, won't you? Second and third period. 20 minutes gone, sponsored by Mansfield 103.2 in Rapid Solicitors Elite League action. It's G&B Panthers 1, scored by Matt Francis, Coventry Blaze 0.
The players will be back after this short message from our headline sponsor. We know it's interrupting the interesting bit, but bear with us. We think you'll like this. Do you have a mortgage? Are you thinking about getting on the property ladder? Would you like to check if you could pay less on your monthly repayments? Then why not talk to Nottingham Mortgage Services? When you get mortgage advice from us, we won't just find you deals offered by only one lender. We search thousands of mortgages from over 60 lenders to find the right deal for you. Visit thenottingham.com to find out more or request a call back. Everything can be done from the comfort and convenience of your own home. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Yeah, man.
As promised, John Weaver joins me. You've been on the bike in the first period?
Yeah, that was the excuse anyway, just to get a period away from you. But no, I did mean a little bit.
So Josh can have a rest. He's gone off to make little notes about who's winning draws and things. He's gone along a few boxes, and we've got John Weaver, former captain of the Coventry Blaze, currently injured with a broken hand early in his Nottingham career. But as Corey pointed out in his programme notes, the good news is the 2 times in your career you've broken a bone, your teams have gone on to win the league.
Yeah, I just thought about that the other day when I just came from the hospital and had the break confirmed, and I was sitting thinking, I was stuck at traffic lights, and I was thinking that I've only broke 2 things, my foot and my hand, and the last 2 times I did something like that, we went on to win the league. So yeah, hopefully you look for little positives out of things like that.
Well, that sounds like a flipping big positive to me.
Well, it'll be a nice omen, right?
Yeah, it would be good. Would be good. Notice any similarity in the accent, Steve, cameraman? No, there's none. He's from Sunderland. There's no similarity between someone from Middlesbrough and someone from Sunderland. Trust me.
Premier League football team, yeah.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
Middle of the
we're not.
championship.
No.
No, you're not.
I don't even think we're middle at the moment.
But we do have a bet, don't we? Coming
yeah,
up?
we do have a bet. Carling Cup. And you give me the draw or a Middlesbrough win.
Yeah, definitely.
How generous of you, considering the millions of pounds difference between us and you. Nice good shot from David Clark. Good setup from Matthew Myers. He's playing well for us at the moment. We've had 1 minute and 9 seconds. You do the math. That's 69 seconds of the second period. And Panthers just getting back to where they were before that late flurry. That late flurry of Coventry pressure has given the shots on goal tally a much more balanced look, 10-9 in favour of Nottingham, than you might have thought it was going to be throughout that first period. Panthers doing well on the draws though tonight. They've got this one behind the net to Gallivan. Out the front, David Clark snaps it. Griffin's stick. Half dislodged its root. Panthers sweep it in through Jordan Fox. Then he picks up the drop pass. It's up in the air. Couldn't get it to Clarkey. It was bouncing around. And then Jordan Fox dug it out of his feet, but stood on it. Oh, the big glove save by killer Ray Kowalski. Denied James Priest. I'll tell you who I've liked. I liked him last year when he dropped into the lineup, and I like the way he stepped up tonight. This kid Griffin on defence.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He works his bag off for every game. We had a few injuries last year in Coventry, so he got to play a lot more than maybe he would have, and he certainly stepped up the plate, and he gives you everything he got. He was unfortunate. He missed a large chunk of the season last year. He got a bad concussion on GB under-20 duty. But he came back and he finished the season well, and and so far I think he started this season pretty good.
Well, he's going to be logging ice time. I was saying on commentary before you joined us, John. You know, with Domish out and Russ Cowley out, he must have stepped up.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing for him. He's a good young player, and these kids need ice time, and hopefully he's going to get a little bit more with Domish being out for a few weeks.
Speaking of injuries, there's been no further sign of Giudice since he got injured, and unlike when it's a Nottingham player, I haven't got a line into the locker room, so I can't find out what's happened to him. Graham, as Panthers tried to cycle the puck, Beckett sent it there. Graham tries to play a bit of soccer with it. He's got it to Ling. Ling protects it. Oh, sweeps round his man beautifully and then feeds the front. Least expected option, but it was spotted by Chalmers. He's the kid they've just picked up on a two-way, isn't he, Chalmers?
I think he was signed with Telford, wasn't he? I was talking to Tommy Watkins last week, and I think he'd agreed to sign him, and I think Tomo kind of took him off him a bit. So I don't think Tommy was too happy, but it's a good opportunity for Chalmers to step up into the Elite League. And
that's not fair on Tommy. I mean, I think Tommy's a Durham boy, isn't he?
He is, and he does really well in Telford with the budget he's got. He's way down on everyone else in the league, and he struggles to get players. But he does well, and the
2-on-1.
That's right.
Oh, Anthony Stewart just couldn't get any height under it. Couldn't get it across to Francis.
Here we go.
Now Panthers still keeping the pressure on.
Oh.
Bobby Lakovitz going for his second goal. I thought Matt Francis had a sweep at that first goal. Did you see it, John?
I didn't know I was still in the locker room, Gary, but I thought it was Lago. I heard it was Lago that got it, but
I just thought Franny swept in. Oh, pad save denies Anthony Stewart his first Panthers goal. Is Guthrie coming the other way. We've opened up again. Pad save denies the Coventry Blaze. Now it's a breakaway. Matthew Myers leads the charge, fakes the shot, then fires the shot, and there's a penalty. Pulled a penalty on it. The nice little move pulls a hooking call against the Coventry Blaze, and Panthers go to the power play. Goose Fair weekend, John. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
You heard of it?
I've been coming here since I was when the end of a grasshopper guy, so I know all about the ins and outs of Nottingham and the Goose Fair and what have you. So I don't think I'll be attending, but I'm sure
You're not allowed under the club's insurance rules. If you're not playing, you're not allowed to attend the fair. Panthers on special teams, on power play. Teams, of course, paying a lot of attention to Anthony Stewart, but he's got the puck back to Ling. Ling throws it across. It's too far forward. Werner couldn't get to it. And the Coventry Blaze get it down the ice. Lieb. Big shot saved by Kowalski. It's turned into the corner. Bruce Gray. There's another Geordie. I'm in Geordie mode, aren't I?
Well, I'm not a Geordie, Gary, so...
I know, neither am I. I like Geordies.
They don't like you.
When the Muds fly, don't get enough flap. The away penalty box is sponsored by AJKM, manufacturers of mud flaps and other injection moldings.
So Olsen's drawn the penalty. I thought he was giving it to Nottingham. So Panthers have got 87 seconds of 5-on-3 power play. You're itching to be out there, aren't you? On a 5-on-3 power play. This is John Weaver territory.
I've never enjoyed watching hockey. I know it's kind of crazy to say. I never sit and watch it on TV or anything else, and it's even harder watching your team when you're injured. It's no nice feeling. And yeah, this 5-on-3. It's a great opportunity for the team, and hopefully we'll get one here.
Quickly before this power play starts, were you enjoying your time in Nottingham before you blocked that shot on the empty net?
It wasn't a conscious effort to block it. I think I just kind of got in the way of it. So it was. Yeah, I mean, I was having a great time, and it's not nice to get injured any time. But when you're new to a team and you're only 3 or 4 weeks into the season, it's not ideal. But hopefully I'll be back soon and get back out. I'm itching to get back out on the ice.
Panthers trying to convert man advantage into goal advantage. Ling circles, gives it to Clark. Clark one time, a pad save. He's not sure where it is. Neither's the ref. Eventually blows the whistle. Can't see it. And Hirsch gets a well-deserved face-off.
Train alongside the Panthers and Virgin Active.
.57 seconds of 5-on-3. 2-man advantage for the Nottingham Panthers. Jordan Fox wins the draw. Ling to Clark. To Ling, keeps it in the zone. Feeds Bruce Graham at the side, back to Ling. Ling has a look, fakes a shot, kind of, gives it to Clark, back to Ling. Switchback play. Ling lines up, fires one, glove save Hirsch. Saw it all the way. Could do with a little bit more traffic in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, a goalie like Hirsch is going to stop those from you. Way out on top of the circles, and if you've got no one in front, he's going to see it all the way, and it's an easy save for him.
41 seconds of 5-on-3 power play to the GMB Panthers.
The GMB Nottingham Panthers were named Team of the Year, and the club would like to thank you for your tremendous support. Thank you, and let's hear the roar from the fans of the GMB Nottingham Panthers.
Bayrak gets it down the ice after Coventry win the draw. The roars in the background from the fans, just the announcement at rink level of the 2.5 awards we won at the Nottingham Post Sports Awards. Fox for Nottingham, slams on the brakes behind the net. Coventry trying to block all the channels. They're outnumbered, remember, 2-1. Clark gives it to Graham, back to Clark. We've got the shooters on the ice. Ling, back door, can't get it there. And it's banged down the ice by one of the Liebs. I'm just going to say Lieb now. I'm not going to say one of anymore. I'm going to pretend I know it is. Graham, top shelf. Great pass, great finish. That's what Bruce Graham does well. We've seen him on the internet doing it in the East Coast League. We want to see more of it for him for the GMB Panthers, and that's a nice way to start. Panthers convert the 2-man advantage. They've still got 33 seconds of power play to come, and Bruce Graham fires them 2 goals ahead. We promised the fans a good ride on Goose Fair Friday.
Bruce Graham, assistant number 4.
I suppose we'll see how Coventry act now. They're short on numbers, but They're 2 goals down, so they need to get something going, don't they?
Yeah, I mean it's harder when you're obviously shorter guys, and especially when you're chasing the game. You know, guys are going to get tired, and there's going to be more gaps. And if we can, take advantage of that, that's what we want to be trying to do.
Feed to Bayrak was just too far in front, and Anthony Stewart took it on the one-handed backhand. Jordan Fox slips his man, and Ejioner ends up face first into the glass. That could have been another injury. Bayrak stuck a leg out. Panthers hustling and bustling. Lepine comes in. Lakovic stretches. The ricochet off Lacour's stick was just enough to give Steve Lee time to get back, but Bayrak has it. Now he's fired it into the skates of Steve Lee, and Bruce Graham has time to mop up for Nottingham. They fight it down the ice to Lakovic, scorer of the first goal. He backhands it to Ling. Goes towards the net, looking for another chance. David Ling drives out of the corner, drives the net, and the puck squirts all the way through and out the other side, and all Coventry can do is give it away. Guy Lepine, over halfway, flicks it forward, bounces over Graham's stick, bounces over Schutt's stick, and then Lieb can't get it. Now he's getting help, and he has got it down the ice. Great back checking by Brandon Benedict, made a nuisance of himself all the way. Werner dealing with his man in front, lifts the stick. Oh, big slash from Werner, gets away with it. Kowalski has the short side covered, and it's a foot race now with Brandon Benedict going forward. Can he flick it across? It's too close to Hirsch. It was Benedict with defenseman Werner at the back door. Just couldn't quite get it across in front of the blue paint, and Hirsch was able to deal with it. 11:55 to go, second period. Rapid Solicitors, Elite League action, sponsored tonight by Mansfield 103.2. GMB Panthers 2, Coventry Blaze, John Weaver's former club, 0. Coventry just about win a draw, but Olsen couldn't control it, and now Myers and Gallivan conspire to let it bounce of its own accord round the back, but this time Coventry get it out. Young Selby got a play on it. Griffin takes it on. This is a young line, isn't it?
It is.
Other than Olsen to look after them.
Yeah, young Venus and Selby, two of the youngsters that.
Dale White.
I don't know who that kid is. Obviously new to the team this year, but Selby and Venus were nice move by Galley. Unlucky.
Big hit in the mouth on Gallivan. Stick in the mouth, I think it was Olsen's. He lost the stick in the process.
Yeah, Galley was unlucky there. He made a really nice move, cut inside the guy, and just couldn't finish it. Took a stick in the face for his troubles.
Tickets on sale with Temple Printing until the end of the second interval. The more tickets you buy, the bigger the prize.
It's nice to see Tomo giving the young kids,
Come on, Nottingham.
the young kids some ice time. They work hard. They go every practice and on every road game, so it's nice for them to get some ice time here tonight.
He might also be trying to inspire his older players and his imports to put a bit more effort in.
Well, maybe it's but the short bench, so the kids have got to take their turn and give the more experienced players a bit of a rest.
And it's a successful shift, isn't it, if they don't give up a goal?
Well, yeah, I mean that's what you want your third line. Well, your third line, your kids to do is go out there, go and get scored on, and make the other team make us work hard. And if they can achieve that, then they've done their job, and Tom will be happy.
Well, this shift's got to go a little longer because, as I was explaining earlier, if you ice the puck and send it down the ice, you can't change the personnel. So they've had to stay on because of that icing whistle. And Olsen's on babysitting duty. This is Venus. Off the boards, it'll be icing again. And it is, so they can't change this time. Olsen's desperate to get off. Can't get off, but he can have a drink of water. He can have a swig of Adam's ale.
Council pop.
Is that what they call it in Sunderland?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. 3.
It's what?
It's free.
It is free.
Well, apart from your water rates.
Well, so it's not then, is it?
No. Except in Sunderland.
It tastes nice in Sunderland. We've got good water up north.
Matt Francis twists and turns in the corner. Can he get something on the end? It has to flick it to the far side. Anthony Stewart tries to take the short route through the blue paint. Francis gets the puck to him on the feed from Lakovic. Francis in front. Super move. Tic-tac-toe, as they say. everything right except the end product didn't end up in the back of the net. We're approaching the halfway mark. Tipped by Francis, so there'll be no icing whistle. Stewart goes in with Olsen. I know you've been on the sideline since he got back, John, but you think this... Oh, let's just see where this one goes to. Beautiful stretch past the Ling. Good stick handling skills, hasn't he? Right to the front.
He is. He's got great vision too. And he sees little passes before some guys even
anticipates where to put it. Bit like Tony Hand used to.
And he's tough to get off. I know he's just a little guy, but he's really hard to get off the puck. He's got such a low.
Oh, beautiful feed right to the front, and Brandon Benedict finishes it off just past halfway. 30 minutes and 15 seconds gone. As John Weaver was saying, lovely touches from David Ling. Hard to get him off the puck. They couldn't get him off the puck. He got that puck to Brandon Benedict, and he rifled in Panthers' third goal of the night. Well, we haven't mentioned our favourite butchers' marital relationships, but we'll have a look at them on a face-off soon, Steve, because they are here in Block 15. Steve the Butcher and his missus, the Coventry Blaze fan. And they love coming to Panthers Coventry games, and we love commenting on who's going to get bragging rights and who's not going to get the hot water bottle tonight, and who's going to be lucky to get any bedclothes when they sleep on the sofa tonight, and what have you. Good goal from Brandon Benedict. I was about to ask you, John, before the boys rudely interrupted us with a third goal.
We don't mind that, though.
You know, absolutely. They can interrupt me 20 times. I know you've been on the sidelines, but Guy's arrival, you just sense watching it, there's a little bit more respect from the opposition now.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because Guy, you played against him last year.
Yeah, and, you know what? From afar, he's a superb player. He's a tough guy that every team wants to have. He's honest. He plays hard, but he knows his role, and he won't let anyone take advantage of anything.
And Corey's brought him on as a defenseman as well during his
I mean, when he first came over, obviously wasn't as skilled as he is now, and his game's come on a lot over the last couple of years as well. So, and he's still only, I think he's 26, 27, so he's still relatively young, and he's a superb player, and it's nice to have him back.
I know the teams, you know, turn the clock back 12 months for me. Did Coventry Blaze say, well, we'll have to mind our P's and Q's a little bit? Oh, here we go. Guthrie's got away. Shoots and block it away. Bobby Lakovitz doing a good job there. Backtracking. Not a defenseman by trade, but did well. Backtracked his man, stopped the pass going across, so it was a one-on-one.
Yeah, you know what we do really well is the forwards come back hard, and it's nice as a D-man, you know, that if you do get caught or you do make a mistake, you've got forwards back checking for you, and that's something that we do really well, and something that Corey harps on about in practice during the week, and make sure guys are ready to do that at weekends.
And it's not just, as Corey calls him, F1, forward one, it's F2 and F3 getting back.
You know, it's important to get everyone back. You can't just take your foot off the gas and think because your D-man's behind you that your job's over. If you can come back and put a little bit of pressure on as well, and it's gonna make it easier to get the puck back.
Panthers again on the power play. With Shoot in the box, and he could be saying, oh shoot. Anthony Stewart trying to force his first goal, backhands it, Lakovitz onto the side netting, didn't want the play to end, flicks it off the netting. Panthers are desperate to get the monkey off Anthony Stewart's back, aren't they?
How many little come, you know. Here we go.
Oh, he just couldn't quite reach it. Werner takes it on. It's fed in the front, could have gone anywhere. Lead takes a tundle from Werner. The other lead comes in and has a go at him from behind. Fox says, do you want to have a go at someone facing you? Leib says no and gets off the ice. 7:22 to go. Panthers with just under 30 seconds of power play to go. Matthew Myers backhands it to behind the net. Fox reacts well, good burst of speed to get there. Slams the brakes on, Olsen can't do anything about it. The puck's with Francis. They're getting their man out of jail off the naughty step. He's back on the action shoot. Francis backhands it in. With Fox covering for the defence, it means when he goes forward, you've got a very skilled forward jumping into the play.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows how skillful Jordan is as a forward, and he's doing a great job on D. But you know, when he gets that chance, he's going to go and jump in the player, and you know, he might catch some people off guard, because some defensemen who think he's a D man and not be expecting too much out of him, and then he's going to make you look silly, which he can quite easily do, which I'm sure he did to me a couple of times over the last few years.
Surely not. Surely not.
I remember one. Yeah, it wasn't nice.
I don't think I was at that one.
I remember it.
Actually, I do remember it. Oh, straight over. That's 2 minutes. Ejina can go and have a rest on the naughty step. I think that's I just think that's a bad rule.
It is, because the guy's not...
He's not trying to delay the game at all. He's trying to get it down the ice. He's tired. It's bobbled up. It's gone on its edge. It's flicked up.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy shoot a puck into the stands intentionally trying to waste time. You know, there's other things you can do.
I think it came about though, didn't it? Because they were doing it in the NHL, and just to get the delay, you used to be able to change.
Time to make some noise if you're here.
You know, on the whistle, whatever happened. So they changed the rule for icing. Why don't they just change that to you can't change personnel when it happens?
The sensible thing would be just to change the rule where you don't get a change. You keep your guys on the ice, but there's no penalty. It's not really a very good penalty call. And, especially at the end of the game, guys are tired, mistakes happen, and like you say, the ice is cut up usually at the end of the game, which you find at the end of the period.
I just think it's a bad rule.
Yeah, me too. We agree on something then, Gary, eh?
Oh, we agree on far more than you let on. You like to make out there's this big Sunderland-Middlesbrough rivalry between us.
No, I don't, because Middlesbrough have never been a rival of Sunderland. We don't consider us a rival.
You're in the middle though, aren't you, Sunderland? Let's just explain it to our Nottingham
people who
fans.
don't know. Well, Sunderland,
it's Newcastle up north, then Sunderland, so it's Geordies, Mackems, and then it's Teessiders.
Well, Smoggies.
Smoggies,
as you know. And, but you're basically Yorkshire though, aren't you? North Yorkshire, so you don't really count.
Kind of, yeah. We were in Yorkshire for a while. We were Teesside, we've been Cleveland, we were North Yorkshire for a while. Panthers on the power play again, 2 minutes delay the game against Ejina. Lee to Clark. Oh, it's come all the way over. Puck's loose. Referee was going to blow, he didn't know where it was. Steve Lee's kept it in, Panthers have got it. Francis to Jordan Fox. Pretty good quarterback. Oh, the tip from Matthew Myers could have gone in. Jordan can't keep it in, Steve Lee chases after it. Panthers send out a different power play unit with Anthony Stewart, David Ling and Bobby Lakovitz. So Mackems are in the middle. You're the jam in the donut.
Yes.
But we always used to talk about you being a Durham lad, but actually you're a Sunderland lad, aren't you, that played at Durham?
Durham's kind of in the middle again.
And Durham's different, it's not Sunderland.
Inland, no. Well, it's kind of Sunderland, Newcastle, so the half-y-half.
I'm going to ask you a question, because I think I know the answer. If they built a new rink, arena in Durham, it'd be full in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it would take off. There's nothing in Durham, it's a big city, and they were so passionate about hockey up there, and you know, I would love to see a rink back.
You can have a big gap like Nottingham did. Oh, Coventry stealing down the ice with Mike Bayright. Looped up. Craig Kowalski's playing a joke on everybody there, wasn't he?
Killer's been unlucky the last few games. I think he's
2 goals against Cardiff were both unlucky, weren't they?
and it seems every game, every one of the last games, there's been one really bad goal that he's just so unfortunate with. He can't do anything about it. A really bad bounce. And usually you get one of those once a month or once every couple of months, and he seems to be getting them every game now. So fingers crossed we've broke that, and that doesn't happen tonight.
But we've both been to Durham, haven't we? Let's go back to that little topic and just wrap it up. You know, where you got your ticket off the Smiths, you know, terminus return tram ticket, one and threepence or ninepence to get in.
I think anyone who have only started watching hockey since the new arena was built here in Nottingham would be shocked to see what it used to be like in the good old days.
Let's just tell some good old story. You know, the seats were coffin lids from spare coffin lids not used in the war.
Yeah. It was actually, when it was built with poles in the ice. So when the original rink,
they were the best 2 defensemen they ever had.
they had to skate around the pole
Yeah.
as if it wasn't hard enough. But
And the family that owned it used to let the dogs out at night in the cold ice rink.
it'd be
And then you know, there was no putting it in a plastic bag and carrying it around with you afterwards.
No,
it was just chipped off
left
the coffin lids.
left where it was.
And you sat in it, you know. And the cobwebs one year, and I mentioned this on commentary and got banned for life by one of the lady members of the family.
Probably Jean.
Oh, it was, yes, it was Jean, yeah. She was looking for
I don't
me.
think she'll be listed at this. I think we can say what we're
Yeah. Because I said, the guy in the studio said, just describe the rink for me. I said, well, I thought there were flags hanging from the rafters, but I've just realised it's the cobwebs.
We're not painting a very good picture, but
No,
you know
well,
what? I love playing there.
Oh, it was a fabulous place.
fantastic.
We went up there for a junior tournament once. A 3-day junior tournament, Christmas week.
Yeah.
Stayed at me mum's in Billingham. There's a phrase for you, me mum's in Billingham. And they'd left the flaps open on the ducks up in the, in the
Are
roof.
we still talking about the rink, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, calm down. And it was so cold that the Zamboni froze up, the water froze up, all the pipes froze up. So we played a 3-day tournament with kids from about 10 clubs at 3 ages, just playing period after period after period, and swept it with a broom after each game.
Well, the ice would have been hard, so there's no way it was going to melt. Oh, we used to go in there when we were kids, in that one dressing room it was right on the riverbank. And the window, if there was any windows in, you were lucky. So often than not, there was windows missing. And
All right, my last Durham story. We're watching once when Mike Urquhart, who's working here now, running the juniors, was a Panthers player coach or just a player at the time before he became player coach. And he's bent over in that very old-fashioned defenseman style, right bent over, you know. And it's a face-off. And Mike can't understand why everyone's laughing. It's gone quiet. The ref's not dropping it, and he's standing at point, and everyone stood up. And without knowing it was coming, one of the ceiling tiles had dropped out because it was damp, and it floated down, hit him on the head, and disintegrated into dust. They didn't even have to sweep it up. It was just, you know, it was like dandruff on the floor around him.
good old Durham.
But
getting back to the original question, yeah,
it would sell out, wouldn't it?
It would be immense, and it would be fantastic.
Oh yes, it's bounced in.
Stuart's
Now,
goal.
do you think Stewie got the last touch?
Yeah, I think it bounced off his leg and went in, so he'll be claiming that one. Probably not the prettiest goal he's ever scored, but
It's a big one though.
it doesn't matter, does it?
If that's Stewie's goal, that's a big, big goal. It's the NHL winger's first goal for the GMB Panthers, we think. Let's hear the official announcement.
We'll have a 10 on it. My eyes are a little sharper than yours, so I'm saying it is.
Absolutely, I'm not saying it isn't. Yeah, I'm not double or quitsing on Middlesbrough versus Sunderland on that one.
No, you don't want to lose £20.
Well, the fans are enjoying this one. Fourth goal of the night. Yeah, he's got it. It's Stewie's goal. Carolina Hurricanes, Anthony Stewart gets the credit for Panthers' fourth goal, and Panthers, leading 1-0 at the end of the first period, have stretched it to 4-0 at the end of the second. And in all honesty, John, I cannot see where Coventry can find something to get back into this one.
No, I mean, you're looking at the bench, they're starting to look really tired now, and unless they get one, the last 2 minutes of any period are important, so unless they can get one here to try and change the momentum starting for the third, then it's going to be an uphill struggle for them. They're like you say, they're short-staffed and they're looking tired, so it's going to be tough for them to get back into this.
And tell me about the size of the ice in Coventry. It's not as big as this, is it?
No, it's not as big as this, but it's
not tiny.
It's not tiny. It's not as small as Cardiff. It's not quite as big as this. And one thing we always struggled with playing Nottingham in this place was just the size of the rink, and because Nottingham teams always skated well, we always struggled. They always seem to have an extra guy on the ice and always had a man over on us. So we really struggled when we came in here, and obviously the games were a lot tighter when we went back to Coventry because obviously the ice was a lot smaller and you don't get as much time or as much space. So it's a big adjustment. I don't think people realise what a big difference it makes.
David Clark had 3 Coventry Blaze players around him, but he's got a man at the back door. Oh, that stick from Ejiofor was required to deny Bruce Graham a second goal of the game, perhaps. Sometimes when it's not the big difference, i.e. from here to Cardiff, the like in-between difference, that's even harder to cope with because you think you're in the right place and you're literally just 3 feet out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, Cardiff's something else altogether. It's
Yeah.
you don't. I mean, looking
You've got to
at
be
it,
thinking about it all the time in Cardiff.
Look, well, to be fair, you don't get that much time to think in Cardiff, which is sometimes a good thing. Obviously here you get a lot more time on the puck and a lot more time to make decisions, and sometimes that leads to hesitancy and you don't make the right play. But in Cardiff you don't get that time, so you end up playing on instinct, and you know, sometimes it works out better. But it's tough to go in there and play because it is so small.
David Ling nearly finished the period with a 5th goal for the GMB Panthers. It didn't go in. Hirsch didn't know where it was. The D saw it late. The referee wasn't sure where it was. But what we do know, it's been in the back of the net 3 times this period. And after 40 minutes of action, Panthers lead the Coventry Blaze in Rapid Solicitors Elite League action, sponsored by Mansfield 103.2, by 4 goals to 0.
The players will be back after this short message from our headline sponsor. We know it's interrupting the interesting bit, but bear with us. We think you'll like this. Do you have a mortgage? Are you thinking about getting on the property ladder? Would you like to check if you could pay less on your monthly repayments? Then why not talk to Nottingham Mortgage Services? When you get mortgage advice from us, we won't just find you deals offered by only one lender. We search thousands of mortgages from over 60 lenders to find the right deal for you. Visit thenottingham.com to find out more or request a call back. Everything can be done from the comfort and convenience of your own home. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Mansfield 103.2 FM.
20 minutes to go and Coventry can't wait to get on that bus, can they? Still, the shots on goal tally isn't dreadful. 24-16 in favour of Panthers after an even first period. Panthers were only ahead by 1, so they had 7 more shots in that period. Anthony Stewart, not the most glamorous of goals to open his Panthers account. He got an assist up in Sheffield. That was a nice play that led to Jordan Fox's goal against Steelers a couple of weeks ago. On his debut, Anthony Stewart stretches, gets the puck behind, fires it right through the blue paint. So quick on the feed through the blue paint, so quick to grab it and send it there. And you might argue that in the NHL you'd expect someone to be on the end of it as well. The straight stick is just spare. Panthers have changed on the fly if it's one of theirs. Leap shot gets past Steve Lee but kicked away by Kowalski. He's on a shutout, remember. You're not allowed to say that. It's like calling Macbeth when instead of the Scottish play. But I'm not going to get all that superstitious. Oh, that hit Steve Lee. He just winces and turns it away. Nice feed right on the tape. Pat Gallivan circles around, thinks Clarkie's gone behind him. He hasn't, but Matt Myers keeps it in, and Matthews' ricocheted shot lands well for Steve Lee, but Coventry have a chance to clear it. And all the Brits out on the ice for the Coventry Blaze. Beckett's shot. Well, Hirsch looked like he was picking cherries off the tree and gloving that and putting it in his pocket, and actually missed it. His eyesight must be on a par with mine tonight.
I don't think it's that bad.
Thanks.
We'd have a few more if it was.
It's off his pads. He saw that one through traffic at the last minute. Tom Norton goes back to get it.
Oh, they were calling nice in there, and you know, that's the thing in this league. You've got one linesman calling nice, and so Tom's skating there, kind of eases up on the play, and you know, if the Coventry guy had been coming a bit harder, he could have put us in trouble there. So
it's pity refereeing, isn't it? Oh yeah, let's let him get a change, because if we blow up for icing, we'll have to go and get them back on. We all want to go home, and you can't call a game like that. You can't call the scoreboard. You call what's happening.
Well, you just don't know what it is. It's the inconsistency, and you know, Oh, great player. It's the inconsistency, which it frustrates the guys, and which the guys end up shouting at refs. They wonder why, and obviously they don't mean to do it, but game in, game out, you don't know what you're going to get and what level they're going to be refereeing at. So it's tough.
Long night at the office for Peter Hirsch in the Coventry goal. He's not getting a lot of help. And Panthers peppering them. And in amongst all of that, a magical pass from Anthony Stewart.
Yeah, well, unlucky again. And Hirsch is a great goalie, and he's obviously you can see on there he catches with the other hand, and there's not many goalies catch with the right hand. It's off putting for a lot of shooters. I could never score on him in practice anyway. No, don't say anything, Gary.
Wasn't going to.
Yeah, it's the look you give me.
It was the last thing, furthest thing from my mind. David Clark in his feet, can't get it out. There's a bit of an empty net behind, but it bounces for the Coventry Blaze. They've had to mix and match their short bench tonight. Guthrie had the hook on Gallivan, but Matthew Myers goes through. Tucks his head in, ends up in the back of the net. Olsen has to give a little bit of a dig as he comes out, and it's in the back of the net. Olsen should have been dealing with it better than he did, and I think Matthew Myers has squirted it home.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if he's going to give it or not. Judging by Hicks's reaction there, I don't know if that's going to count.
Well, he hasn't come to announce a goal, and no one's gone back to high-five the bench, so whatever happened, it was disallowed.
And we'd like to do a few shout-outs. One to Dawson Marion, off-road motorcycle champion of the UK. He's 11 years old, and also Patrick Delahunty, Notts under 11 wicket-keeper and batsman. They're both sat tonight in the Mansfield 103.2 box with Pete Topley, the commercial director. So big shout-out to you.
Well, Panthers win the draw, but it's gone all the way back to neutral ice. They've got to build from the back. Goal didn't count. It's still 4-0. That's another thing about our refereeing, though, John, isn't it? It's a mystery sometimes what's happening.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. We've got the Elite League's a full-time professional league.
And they're not.
A few guys who go to school, and maybe there's the odd guy who does have a job as well. But 99% of it's professional league, and when you've got refs who are semi-professional, it doesn't really stack up right. And nice play by Foxy. It doesn't really stack up. So I think that's one of the things holding this league back is just the inconsistency in the referee. And I'm not having a go at them. It's a tough job, and they probably don't get the support that they need either. So.
Well, I'm on record as saying, of all the people that could possibly have come, good job by Jason Beckett, and hard work pays its dividends. And he ends up with the puck, and Bruce Graham was not moving his legs at all, was he?
I think he was looking for a change there.
No, he was playing. He was playing traffic cones.
It's played by Griffin, the kid you were
Good
talking
play.
about earlier in the game. Yeah. He's kind of, no one's covered him at the back, and it's left him exposed. Good play by that defenseman.
Well, the net's slightly off its moorings.
14 minutes, 48 seconds.
I don't know who it was who lost his footing and took it off its moorings.
It looks like Venus, I think.
Is that young Venus?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Great music, news and sports.
But I mean,
Fans of the Blaze.
it sounds like you're bitching about the referees. But we had that guy a couple of weeks ago. Every time he blew his whistle, he had a 5-minute conference with the senior linesman before we found out what he was calling. All that does is impart the impression he's not really sure what he's doing.
Oh, exactly. And it's, like I said, that's the thing that frustrates the players. It's the inconsistency, and when they don't know what they're really doing, how they expect us to trust that the calls that they make.
Yeah.
It just changes from night to night, and you get a guy who will call everything, and you can't touch a guy without getting a penalty.
Clark is going to go for tripping.
Which is it's a good call. He interfered with the guy, he tripped him, and that's the right call to make. But
well, Hicksy's in the top two, isn't he?
Yeah, but it depends what kind of night you get Hicksy on, and some nights he'll be calling everything, another night he leaves his whistle in his pocket.
I like Michael Hicks as a person. I like him, as you say, some nights as a referee. It's not so much which Hicks you get, it's what kind of a game Hicksy gets that he copes with.
Yeah. Well, you keep reiterating it, but it's...
But I mean, we had that. We've got one guy who I'm convinced has got what I call negative vision. He sees the opposite of what actually happens.
Well, we had a game here a few weeks ago, and I think it was one of the early Challenge Cup games, and we had the 2 referee system going on, and I think it was even worse. I don't think any goal. No, it was up in Hull there. Not one. I think we scored 4 goals, and not one goal was given an assist. And how can you? That's the least you can do is see who scores goals and gets the assist. And if they can't see that, then how are they expected to get the calls right? So it is frustrating.
But I mean, it's not a great job.
No, because they do.
But
they do
you know what? They
top
top up their pension funds, or they top up their holiday funds. Oh, look how strong Guy Levine was there. And his whipping that clearance ended up on target. And Hirsch has lost his stick again. Did we knock that out of his hands?
No, he played the puck and he just mishandled it.
He played quite well without it. Someone punched that away. Look at Werner passing it back between his legs.
Nice play by him. He's a smart D-man, he works hard.
He's a good skater as well, and his positionally is pretty good. Guthrie's made all the right moves and then teed it up, but there was no one there to get it. But then Brad Lead finishes from the left point and gives the Coventry fans something to cheer about. On the power play with David Clark in the box for tripping. It's a 4-1 scoreline, and Coventry break the shutout. .33 to go. Unlucky 13 minutes to go for Nottingham. I've said it before, Killer doesn't have a shutout bonus.
Probably just as well for him.
Well,
that's a tough shot to save. That's a great shot. He's made him go side to side, and he's gone short side shelf. It's, you know, if you're going to try and shoot, that's where you want to go when you're making the goal. You go side to side like that, and he put in the right place. It was a hard shot. And
offside by a mile, I'm afraid. Olsen not the smartest of moves. I know some of the fans would want us to stand on the neck and break it when you get up on a team, but what the fans have to realise is the team have to get up in the morning, get on a bus, get on a plane and go and play one of, if not the toughest road games on the calendar.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this game should be in the bag for us now. It's 4-1. We shouldn't, you know, they got a goal on the power play. They haven't really threatened too much 5-on-5. We've controlled the game, and we don't need to be forcing the issue. We don't need to be chasing goals, and you know, we can see this game out. You know, no injuries to anyone, and you know, guys taking short shifts and getting plenty of rest, and you know, that's going to stand us in good stead for tomorrow night's game, which is going to be a tough one. I know probably that's not what the fans want to hear. They want to see goals all the way to the end, but you know, you've got to be smart.
At the end of the day, this is one of our biggest rivals, and there's only been one team in this tonight. They can point to injuries and a short bench and what have you. Panthers have done another tidy performance. Look at the way Anthony Stewart blew his man out of the way there to get back to it, and was still peppering the goal. And Hirsch has lost his stick again. Needs to get the wife beater on that.
Now, you might want to explain what a wife beater is.
I will in a moment, yeah. I'll wait for a whistle, you can explain it.
I don't think I want to be
that could have gone anywhere.
I don't want to be associated with that, Gary. You said it, you explained it.
I've heard you saying Panya passed the white beater, and that was as you were leaving the rink. Right to the front, who's there? No one but Bobby Lakovitz. Lakovitz and Ling. Lakovitz stays on side. Ling works it through his own legs, brings it out. One-handed tries to feed the front, draws the penalty. Panthers going to the power play. Here it comes. Right, the white beater, folks, is a short length of broken stick that's been sawn off. And then at one end, you get stick tape. You wrap it round till it's in a big ball like a mallet. Then you turn the tape, sticky side out, to create a massive sticky ball on the end of a stick. It weighs quite a bit because it's solid tape. And you rub your stick up and down with it to make it sticky. Am I right?
Yes, and no wives are hurt.
No wives are hurt, no one gets beaten, but it's just a bit of a quirky, jokey nickname for it, because I don't know how that would come about.
No, it's been around for as long as I know. So.
Yeah, it's just always been called a wife beater. Steve Wilkinson's got one at home.
He doesn't play hockey though, does he?
No, it's got none. It's not got any sticky tape on it either.
That's just called a bat, isn't it?
It's just, he bought it from a museum. It was cheap. Werner kicks it out of his skates, keeps it in the attack zone, sends it in. Stewart tries to help it on its way. Olsen's a big guy, got a big reach, and gets the backhanded clearance down the ice. Panthers with 85 seconds of power play to go, and an opportunity to restore the 4-goal cushion, which was lost to a power play goal by the Coventry Blaze. Fox carries it in with all that additional skill that a forward has, even though he's on D, and he's got it across to Gallivan. Gallivan out to Francis. Clark looking to cock the trigger on the extra set. Francis can't force it to him. Smith couldn't get it out. Griffin trying to freeze it in the boards. Gets it down the boards. Fox tries to protect it, but they do get it down the ice. Bayrak can't get to it. Beautiful move by David Clark. A little bit of showboating, then a beautiful pass to Matthew Myers, back across. Tipped away though by the back-checking Lieb. Now Francis, can he get the wheels going? Gets Panthers into the zone, dishes it off to the corner. Gallivan across. Francis can't get to it, but Coventry Blaze will get it down the ice. Steve Lee backhands it to the corner. Lieb gets a bit of wood on it. Lee has to go back and help again. Nice little backhand. Doesn't quite come off. No panic from Gallivan. He's made his own space. They're getting their man back. But Gallivan's got it to the corner. Anthony Stewart tries to feed it back, repay the compliment. Didn't happen. Picked off centre ice by Steve Lee. Gielepin. Nice pass into Anthony Stewart. Can't make room for the shot. Poke checked away. Steve Lee sends it in on the diagonal. Hirsch gloves it, knocks it down, then sticks it behind to Olsen. Less than 10 minutes to go. Panthers lead by 4-1. Pretty much fair to say Panthers on cruise control at the moment.
I think both teams are really. It's kind of the game's had a bit of a lull here, and needs something to spark it into life.
David Ling got the wheels going momentarily there. Lob down the ice. Kowalski knew where it was. Backhands it across. I don't know that he actually meant to do that, David Ling. I know Bruce Graham meant to pass it to Benedict, but he didn't get there. Good job by Tom Norton. And then Coventry smuggle it out. Shoots a big player, but he's poke checked by Tom Norton. He feeds it off the boards right into the path of Benedict, right across to Dave Ling. Dave Ling shoots, and it just lifted over the bar. Bayrak is robbed by the incredible Captain Fox. Good movie.
I've only seen it once. I don't think it's called Captain Fox, is it?
No, it's called The Incredible Mr. Fox, but we upgraded him. He was the Incredible Mr. Fox last year, as voiced by George Clooney, I think.
It doesn't look like him.
No, he doesn't. I've got a picture of him from the award show last night on my camera, and I am going to use it on a radio interview because he just looks like he's pulling a face, which I hope he was at the time.
He's born like that. That's not very nice of you to say.
I'm just glad the wind didn't change at the same time. Did your mum used to tell you that?
Yeah.
You took no notice of it then?
No, I think we've both got faces for radio, Gary.
Oh yeah.
Pretty certain.
We can't keep agreeing like this.
Pretty certain Sky Sports won't be knocking on my door after this.
I've done a bit of TV. Most of it just on commentary though, where you can't be seen. Hey, there are some. He's Anthony Stewart. Hirsch isn't sure. Half-hearted whistle from the referee. He's got such speed, hasn't he? And it's not explosive speed, it's like instant.
Powerful
it's there and it stays there.
Yeah.
Check out the Check It Out campaign. Get healthy with the Panthers.
Goalie change here.
Dan Green takes over in nets with the shutout gone and just over 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's Corey giving Killer an early break, ready for tomorrow.
And the change in netminder for the GMB Panthers, replacing number 33, Craig Kowalski. Number 34, Dan Green.
Off target from Coventry. Lakovitz helps it down the ice. They've waved off icing. I don't know why.
No, I don't. That should
Because
have been,
that should have been icing,
should
but
have been.
they got to it before the goal line.
It was never going to get there, but I don't know if the linesman knew that.
Off the skates of Werner and to the corner. Lepine helps it along the boards. Benedict tries to flick it out. It's bouncing around and Werner joins in again. And again. Goes the long way around Ejiner. Still got the puck. Still going the long way around. Fans appreciate it. Rebound off keeper Hirsch and it comes all the way back to Eric Werner. It's hard not to say Werner, you know. I know the name's Werner. I said, is it Werner? Is it Werner? He said, it's Werner, but everyone in Europe calls me Werner because that's how they do it. And it's just impossible to keep your head on it.
I actually thought it was Werner, so I'll make sure I start calling him Werner now.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day, Gary.
Steph Litchfield, bless him, is not here because he's got to look after his parents at the moment. He's a stickler for pronunciations and what have you, and it doesn't matter. I remember once doing a game for TV, an international game, just break off for a minute. Nice little move. Gallivan tries to work in. He's got some skills, Gallivan. It's just not going in for him at the moment, but that'll come.
No, but he's working hard and he's creating opportunities for other guys. And as a coach and
Yeah.
as a teammate, that's what you want to see from a guy. Make sure he's working hard.
And this commentary I was telling you about, there's a guy, I think his first name was Jamie, but he was called McCown. He's a Canadian tough guy, played for Canada. And one of my other commentators at Eurosport started calling him McCoon, because he said that's how you pronounce it. But everybody knew this guy as Jamie McCown, because McCoon didn't sound nice, right? I've got a feeling Jamie McCown, he was one of these guys that used to sit on the Harley Davidson in the leathers in the summer and pose for, magazines and what have you. Saved upstairs off Guthrie by Dan Green. And I think he was the guy that was central to one of my favourite GB stories. Can you remember when I don't know if you were there, there's every likelihood, but when we briefly went up to Pool A.
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't there. And we were away.
I know them all, but that's even before my time.
Yeah, and Nicky Chin is sitting on the bench and Lobby's sitting next to him. And it was a game of pond hockey for the Canadians and all these NHLers. Anyway, this tough guy, Jamie McCown, skates back past the GB bench and Lobby shouts out, "Hey Jamie, how's your wife and my kids?" And then ducks down to pretend to tie his shoelace. So Nicky Chin is left sitting up on his own, laughing his head off. And Jamie McCown looks round and says, right, that's right. And for 60 minutes he chased Nicky Chin around that ice rink in Denmark or wherever we were, every shift.
That was nice.
And Lobby's down behind the bench.
Those Whitley Bay boys, eh?
Oh, tell me about them. Guthrie stretches. Dan Green's got his angles right. Shoot keeps it in. We've got 4.5 minutes to go. Guthrie looking for a spot.
Good block by Stevie there.
And David Clark made sure by backing into the goal, I think. Accidentally, on purpose.
£815, 815, and it goes to ticket number 00448.
Just under 5,000 in tonight. And the 50-50 prize over £800. Did you buy a ticket?
No, I didn't.
You're allowed.
Didn't know they were on sale, Gary. Come down the room and I'll buy one. I could do £800.
In the old days, the team always used to have a collection and buy a lot and then divvy up the pot if they won it.
I don't think anyone ever won it in Durham.
Gary Keywood, when he ran the team, won it like 5 times in 12 weeks in the old barn. Can you imagine what the Mourners thought about that?
I'm sure.
4 minutes and 11 seconds remain in the third period of tonight's Rapid Solicitors Elite League.
It's all 4s and 1s on the scoreboard. 4-1 the score, 4:11 to go. Sponsored by Mansfield 103.2.
Plenty of time.
lot of broadcasting friends up in the north of the county.
Nottingham Panthers!
Jordan Fox sends it round the back. Anthony Stewart saw it coming. Just clipped Lacau's skate, and that took the steam off it. Right to the front, rebound. Oh, another poke check came in just to deny Anthony Stewart possession. Guthrie shoots, pad saved by Dan Green. Anthony Stewart controls it, sends it forward. Backhanded on its way by Lakovitz. Back to the front, it's bouncing around, and Hirsch dives forward and covers it up like a praying mantis. Like a guy we mentioned errantly earlier, Davy Graham, the praying mantis of a goalkeeper. Is the wife ringing you?
Oh, it's Wardy.
Come on, Panthers fans, put your hands together.
I think he's trying to get me back, because I called him the other night when you were doing the Cardiff game.
Well, look on the bright side, he found time to ring you, mostly when he's doing commentary. He's busy texting all these girls he's trying to get a date from.
I don't think that was girls. I think he was texting me.
No, it wasn't. Trust me. Wasn't on my commentary anyway.
He had to do something, because I heard he wasn't talking much.
He's conservative with the use of the language.
On mute.
Good stick handling skills from Mark Levers. Oh, and then we just overcook it a little bit. And Coventry have 3 minutes and 6 seconds to work a miracle here. If they get back into this one now, I will rewrite the comeback page in next week's issue of the magazine. And at the moment it's about the Ryder Cup. Do you play golf?
I used to until I had children.
But if you're fit, you'll be away with GB, won't you, when we're playing the grudge match, golf match against Sheffield?
Hopefully, yeah. I'm looking forward to the. I've never been. Japan's one of the one places with the national team I haven't been yet.
It's a heck of a long way to go for a couple of games of ice hockey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's, the Olympic qualifiers, it's special. And like I said, to go over to Japan and play, I'm always looking forward to it.
Meanwhile, there'll be this grudge golf tournament between Sheffield and Nottingham. David Clark gets back with Bayrak, pad save, it ricochets off a skate. No one could do anything about that. That certainly wasn't Dan Green's fault in any way, shape or form. And David Clark was getting back with Guthrie, and it ricocheted around. Now we've got a 2-goal game with 2:36 to go.
Yeah, that's unlucky. That's a good shot by Guthrie right off the pads, and Green makes a good save. It just comes back into the slot, and Bayrak's got his stick on the ice, hits his stick and goes in the net. Happens that way, drive. Coaches preach that all the time, shoot and drive to the net. Good things happen, and that's what happened there for him.
It's the next stage on from throw it at the net. Things can happen if it's thrown at the net.
Well, whenever you see a lot of goals in the EIHL that you wouldn't expect to go in, they're just guys firing pucks on the goalie and taking bad bounces off pads or hitting the goalie when he's not expecting it and they go in somehow. It can easily happen.
Goal for the Blaze, scored by number 18, Kieran Paps, assisted number 11, Shane Guthrie, and number 8, Sam Smith. 18 from 11 and 8, time of the goal 57 minutes, 24 seconds, 5-7.
Yeah, the ringside announcer's got the wrong name on there. It's on the programme, 18 is one of the kids.
I think it was Bayrak that scored that.
And it was Bayrak who scored it, wearing the 18 shirt.
Okay.
We got it right. I got it right for once. So 2 minutes to go in the game.
We've just got to make sure we close this out now. Coventry have got a bit of jump in the step. We've got 2 minutes to go and make sure this game finishes like this.
Well, they can't score from that area, so Panthers send it right in low. Francis sent it in. Ling let that one from Benedict come past him out to point, and then back to Ling from Steve Lee. Tip forward. Bruce Graham shot, rebound, scramble. Ejiner gets a piece of it. Hirsch puts the lobster pot down on it like a mouse running around the kitchen floor. "90 seconds to go," sponsored by Mansfield 103.2. Some fans will be disappointed. There hasn't been a rumble, as they call it. but there's been no need for it tonight.
No, there hasn't.
And we talked about the respect that the return of Guy Lepin has given players, and it's given other players time and room on the puck as well.
Yeah, it hasn't. You know, I don't think, like you say, there hasn't been a call for anyone to get into anything like that tonight. And, you know, we certainly don't want to be starting any trouble 4-1, 4-2 up, and you know, big game tomorrow night. You don't want anyone getting hurt or hurting a hand or getting a match penalty and missing the game. So, you know, like you say, there's been no call for it, so there's no need for it. 63
seconds to go. Panthers 2 goals to the good. It's a 4-2 scoreline on Tuesday in a game I called tidy because it was a game against a Welsh team. See what I did with that, Gavin and Stacey? Tidy.
Don't watch that show. No, I mean, I think that score flattered Cardiff a little bit. I watched the game from behind the goal, and you know, the 4-2 sounds like it closer than it was, and it was, you know, we played really well that night, and could have had a lot more. And maybe Cardiff, you know, the 1 goal we scored, I watched, was so lucky. But yeah, I think it was very comfortable, and you know, tonight hasn't been too much of a struggle. You know, last couple of minutes here, but you know, we've done a good job of closing it out. And that's 30 seconds here.
Great work by Jason Beckett just moments ago to force it out. Doing his job, making sure Gallivan just gets it down the far end of the ice. Less than 30 seconds to go. Slams the brakes on, has a look. Tees it back to the aforementioned Jason Beckett. Ricochets off a stick, but Matthew Myers sends it right across to David Clark. 2 GB internationals, 1 on the colour mic. A hat-trick of GB internationals. No hat-trick for any player tonight, but it was Lakovitz in the first. And then in the second, it was Benedict Graham. And off his leg, Anthony Stewart with his first ever goal for the G&B Panthers. We'll stay with it for the Man of the Match awards. My thanks to John Weaver on the colour commentators mic, Steve Wilkinson on the camera lens. This guy's Gary Moran bidding you a fond farewell. We'll see you next time. Final score, G&B Panthers 4, Coventry Blaze 2. Man of the Match presentations coming up from our match sponsors, Mansfield 103.2. Thanks for watching.
The home of great music, news and sport. The score is the G&B Nottingham Panthers 4, the Coventry Blaze 2. We're here again next Saturday night, 7 o'clock face-off against the Hull Stingrays. See you there. Time now for the presentation of tonight's Hedgehog Beer Man of the Match Awards, presented on behalf of our match sponsors, Mansfield 103.2, by David Rose and Josh Topley. The award tonight for the Coventry Blaze goes to number 84, Peter Hirsch. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and show your appreciation for the Coventry Blaze, tonight's visitors as they leave the ice. And to your travelling fans, thank you for coming to the Capital FM Arena. And see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time this evening, the Coventry Blaze. And the award for the G&B Panthers, also presented by David Rose and Josh Topley, goes to number 19, David Ling. And now, ladies and gentlemen, centre ice, please put your hands together, make some noise for the GMB